Clarissa Shields beefing with Jake Paul and the MVP ladies. We got Gabriela Sweet Poison Fundora back tonight. And Shakur Stevenson finally landing that Williams-Zepeda fight. All that and more coming right up on Spit Bucket.
This is JJ Solomon.
This is Ray Bradshaw, Mr. IOTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. IOTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos, Uno Cuatro, Senor Dos, 14, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. Right here with my dog, my partner in crime, Mr. JJ Solomon, and this is the Spit Bucket Podcast, episode 90. JJ, what's popping, my guy?
Excuse me. My bad timing. A little bit under the weather, but ain't nothing holding us back, bro. Ain't nothing holding us back. How you doing today?
You know what I thought? I thought it was early 420 around this month.
No, not quite. It is early 420, but I got a sore throat, and you know how that goes. So I got to take little baby puffs to celebrate this weekend, my boy.
For sure. Man, doing good, bro. Great Saturday afternoon, man. Great to be the weekend. It's finally here. You know, we got a great matchups tonight. You know, a lot of things going on in boxing right now. Boxing is at a beautiful place right now, I must say.
It sure is, dog. We got a lot to talk about. It's a beautiful place, but there's a lot of drama, so that's good. But before we talk about that, I know both of us were out in town in separate occasions yesterday. I was at the Texas Ranger baseball game before I got all sick, but I heard that there was IOTBA sighting in Deep Ellum yesterday. How did that go, my boy? You getting your old ass back out in the streets? What's up?
Shout out to my dog JG. Shout out to my dog Zach. You know, we was out there last night, 2 or 3 in the morning. Hey, JJ, bro, you should have seen it, bro. It was like the Ringling Barnley Bailey circus out there last night. My God, when I tell you they was up, and away, my boy, it was out of there. But it was a fun times last night, getting out the house, kicking it with a couple of my partners who I've been knowing for years and years. So it was just good catching up with them, you know.
That's what's up,
What about something about, hold up, forget mine, you know what I'm saying? I'm jealous of yours. You get the Rangers game yesterday and stuff.
Yeah, man, it was a work function. They were recognizing the top performers in the region, and I was excited because I thought Ohtani was coming into town for the Dodgers, but he didn't even play yesterday. But no, it was a good time kicking in with the colleagues, getting a little bit of time like you when we were talking about this morning about, you know, always being around the babies and the kiddos. It's good to have a little grown-up time every now and then, but God said not too much. And then, like I said, I had to dip out early because my throat was hurting. I felt like I was having a fever and stuff. So God said, get your ass back to your family, big dog. But anyway, dog, a lot of boxing to cover. Episode 90. We're going to jump right into the let's go Shakur Stevenson, Williams-Zepeda. We finally got an announcement. Ring dropped announcement that they are fighting on, what's that date? July 12th. July 12th. Looks like New York City again. We've been seeing the back and forth between Zepeda and Shakur and Golden Boy for a long time. We finally got it. I think this is a dream matchup. You got an offensive machine against a defensive wizard. IOTBA, what are your thoughts? Zepeda, Shakur Stevenson.
Like the post. Finally,
yeah.
Finally, bro. Like finally, Shakur. You know, shout out to William Zepeda, you know, the Cameroon, that's our guy too, you know. Shakur, our guy too. We like both of them guys. But Shakur Stevenson, finally, bro. Finally, it's an opponent out there that has no choice but to fight him now. Like, it comes to a point, JJ, where you can run, but you can't hide, right? And Zepeda, for some obvious reason, you know, this fight ain't took place or with none of the other, you know, really top fighters who they say are who they are at 135, and with Shakur Stevenson finally able to get this opportunity, I say finally. But going to the matchup though, like you say, this is a dream matchup, right? Because the thing about it is, we know Zepeda, you know, he's an offensive assassin. When you talking about a guy who throw punches and bunches and ain't gonna stop throwing them punches, that is William Cameron Zepeda. That's him. Yes, that guy, right? He is going to keep the pressure from 0 to 100 real quick in my Drake voice. So that's the plus about him. But then you got this guy over here who's masterful at the art, you know, because when they say defense win championships, you know, defense is the primary source of everything you have to do to reach the ultimate goal in any sports profession that you're in. This guy is the best at doing that. When you I don't know if people know who Nicky Barnes is, right? But they call him Mr. Untouchable, right? But Shakur Stevenson is real life right now, Mr. Untouchable. It's nobody whose defense is better than this guy. When you're talking about great, JJ, this guy has been great defensively his entire career. And this is a matchup where he really gonna have to show that defense now because William Zepeda is gonna bring the pain.
1,000 punches, damn near guaranteed to have a 1,000 punch fight night when you're fighting Zepeda. But like, what makes this fight so damn intriguing, bro, is like we all know. I'm not even going to get on here and call Shakur Stevenson a runner because that shit don't make no sense. He was hurt for Edwin. He made it happen. But anyway, let's not get too much into that. Shakur does have that defense where he can make you miss. He can stay in the pocket. He can land some shots on you. How do you swerve 1,000 punches a night, though, dog? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so intrigued. But salute to Shakur, bro, because you know we see it in the NBA, we see it, we see it in football where it's like the shiny highlight reel 3-point attempts, or just hike the ball to your quarterback and let him run. You know, like we see so much focus on offense because that's what is fun to watch. But for Shakur being such a defensive-minded fighter, salute to him because that you don't just wake up. There's people who could throw punches are a dime a dozen. You can go into any bar, you can find people who could throw hands. But to have the defensive wherewithal and preparation in camp to become a master, like you can't touch him, bro. Him and Bevo, I think, are at the top of the list on, and Bevo probably not so much after the two Better Be It fights, but on getting touch. We saw what he did with Valdez. We saw what he did with Jamal Herring, and that's still not good enough. Here's where I'm going to, Craig. What do you think about this? It don't matter if Shakur beats his shit out of Zepeda for 12 rounds or if Zepeda gives him some trouble. The haters, I think, are still going to be saying either he struggled against Zepeda, how's he going to fight somebody like Tank? Or they're going to say, oh, look, Zepeda was a hype job. Do you think people are still going to criticize Shakur no matter what happens on July 12th?
It just depends, right? Because Shakur is going to have to keep his foot on the gas this fight because defense ain't just going to win in this fight.
Facts.
But as I know what I've seen out of Shakur, of his previous fights, Shakur has showed the willingness to step towards the fight, and then his defense is so good, he's gonna be able to make Zepeda miss and be able to make him pay. So it's up to Shakur, right? It's up to him because this is the type of fight where you got to put your foot down and you're gonna have to fight, and you're gonna have to show that your high-rated defense is as good as it is because you're not gonna be able to circle around the ropes with that guy. And William Zepeda, who throwing 1,000 punches a fight. You're not going to be able to do that because the judge is going to look at him and see he's throwing more punches than you just because you may get a couple of clean shots. But if this dude is throwing punches, I don't care if they in your shoulders, stomach, wherever, even if it look like it's missing, they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So this is the type of fight where Shakur Stevenson is going to get criticized if he don't step to this guy and trust in this defense more. But I have seen it as Shakur. I could, we hope the hands are healed with Shakur because this is the fight right here, JJ, that's gonna test Shakur and it's gonna show us, everybody, me and you, here in the 214, to everybody across the states, to across the ponds, if his hands are really healed, because he's gonna have to punch this guy.
Facts, bro. Facts, dog. Hey, shout out to our boy D Style. What's good, brothers? Happy Easter weekend. Likewise, right back to you, dog. Let's celebrate our Lord and Savior resurrecting and shutting up all the haters. I appreciate the super chat, D Style, man. Hope you have a wonderful weekend with the fam, dog.
Yeah, man. Happy
We need to
Easter,
collab
D-Style.
again soon. We need to collab real soon, dog. We have SoCal said, don't be scared to say he's a runner. That dude ain't no runner, my boy. Go watch boxing. That ain't no runner. He had a bad night, and he still won that. He still won that unanimous. But dog, I'm intrigued by this fight, bro, because you know more than anybody. I've had Shakur up here for so long,
Yep.
and over the years, I've kind of had to adjust how high I had him because, I think he's a phenomenal boxer. It's just he leaves me craving more. This fight is the opportunity. We've seen Zepeda go through 2 fights. Tevin Farmer gave him a hell of a fight. Tevin Farmer put him on his ass, and he came back. Tevin Farmer is probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated boxers the last 10 years. He didn't have a lot of just the luck of the draw. He didn't have the promotional backing. He didn't have all that. Tevin Farmer, a phenomenal boxer, and Zepeda went in there, did his thing 2 times against a strong Tevin Farmer, I don't mean a heavy puncher Tevin Farmer, I mean just a great, well-rounded boxer. So the idea that Zepeda is a hype job, I really hope that's not that comes up in the narratives. I know the Tank diehards are probably going to bring that up, but I'm intrigued, bro, because I want to see Shakur present his defense against a worthy offensive juggernaut. If I had to pick the fight, here's how I think it's going to play out. I think the first 5 rounds going to be tough to tell. You might even give Zepeda more rounds the first 5 rounds just because of activity. Shakur trying to figure him out, all that good. We see it all the time with the masters in boxing. They got to figure out the man in front of them. And then I think, round 6 and above, we start to see that IQ kick in. And I think Zepeda is going to find somebody in front of him that he's never had before, that he can't touch once Shakur starts getting a feel for the cadence and his shots and the speed and all that. So I predict a Shakur an easy to score decision because of a second half performance. Thoughts on the actual fight, Corey?
It just depends, man. I think Shakur is the favorite, but I don't know. Like, I think he is the favorite and he's supposed to win. Do I think he's going to win? Yes. But I don't know. Because, JJ, the question's out there, right? I seen him do his hand like that again in the last fight, JJ.
Yep.
So I'm wondering about that. I got to wonder. I can't just say, oh, this guy's okay. Then you finna go in here with a guy, who's going to be in front of you throwing punches, who going to make you throw punches, and you going to feel uncomfortable all night. I'm worried about Shakur hands. I know we had his grandfather on here and Willie Moses, and he told us that his hands is 100%. But in that last fight, you could tell his hands. Yeah, now I'm with you. I predict Shakur to win this fight. But JJ, if Shakur don't step to him and stay in that pocket and fight and show he the more superior, I can see this going Zepeda way, especially if Shakur start having hand problems. Remember I said that. Shakur, I don't care if you were fighting that guy who Keyshawn finna fight, De Los Santos.
Edwin De Los Santos, yeah.
I don't care if you was fighting him. He don't throw punches like that Cameroon dude do.
100%.
He don't throw punches like him. And the judges look at that. And, whether you like it or love it, Shakur, he has to understand this, that leave a sour taste in people's mouth, when you not running, but when you being too much defensive.
Too much
When
defensive.
you got somebody
That's the key, bro.
Yeah, when you got somebody like William Zepeda in your face, you can't be that defensive. Shakur gonna have to step to him. I'm picking Shakur, but there's stipulations to that. If Shakur don't step to him, and if his hands, I'm talking about, he gonna have to step to him, JJ. And he can't wait to round 6 because that Cameroon guy gets stronger as the fight goes on. Shakur gonna have to step to him early and get that respect early and show him I'm right here, right? So I'm picking Shakur, but it's stipulations because I'm not sure about his
100%, bro.
And I'm not sure if he going to step to this guy and show he's the more superior fighter.
And as you say that, I made my prediction based on a 100% healthy Shakur Stevenson. We saw that he could still win against a fighter, a top fighter, and Edwin with the injured hand. But that is, like you said, that's not Zepeda. Edwin wasn't throwing either, bro. And that is not going to be Zepeda. If if he feels his hands bothering him early, you're absolutely right. Trying to avoid confrontation. Cepeda's going to get in front of you and throw those hands. And it could eat. You're right. If them hands are bothering you, you could see a scenario where it's round 9 and Shakur's down by 2-3 rounds because he's trying to avoid the pressure and all that. So my pick is based on a healthy Shakur. I'm not making excuses if he doesn't win or whatever. I should have factored that in. I still think he'll be able to pull it off, but we'll see what happens, bro. And then before we change topics, I just kind of want to hit the landscape at 135. You have a lot of young talent. I'm not saying Shakur's old, but there's like that generation, a tiny generation skip now because you see the Keyshawn's coming up, the Abdullah Mason's coming up. Do you think Shakur's going to stick around? I mean, obviously we've seen him say what he said about Keyshawn a million times. Or do you think Shakur's going to start considering chasing that pack that he was naturally come up with, like the Haneys and the Tanks? Obviously, I don't know if we're ever going to see him fight Tank. We ain't heard shit from Tank. Like, what's next for Shakur? You think he's hanging out 135? You think he's finally going to get an opportunity for a super fight against one of those names we just mentioned that they've always mentioned him with? Thinking, processing, loading.
He's not going up to 140.
No.
He's gonna stay right there.
Yeah.
And speaking of Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, man.
Remember, this guy's turned into a superstar. And I'm telling you like this, JJ, his style is more likable than Shakur's.
Yep.
And not just saying his style is more likable, we could see Keyshawn Davis could really fight his ass off. That's in real life. We really see that, and we really see he loves this shit. He lives for this shit, right? And I'm starting to see right now, especially with seeing that press conference yesterday with him and his 3 brothers, DB3, his real brothers, DB3.
His real brothers? Yeah.
His real brothers, DB3. I see stuff starting to play to fruition where he understanding that, these guys I'm cool with, but I'm not finna let nobody take no money away from me or let nobody think they're over me or something. So I think it's going to be like a Marty Jannetty moment and Shawn Michaels. I said that before, but it can't help but to happen. You dudes can't be in the same weight class in and around each other for this long. I don't give a damn how much buddies you are. It's going to happen. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Abdullah Mason, right? I'm excited about him. I'm excited about Abdullah Mason because he is a fighter who really wants it. He is a fighter who ain't going to pump fake like he wanted. Right? He's not one of them. He really wanted it. And not just that, he could fight his ass off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Lamont Roach. I'm excited to see, it's hard to pick this fight, which I think, I hope I'm not right, but I think Tank gonna win the next fight. I just hate the fact that cuz Lamont Roach didn't be able to live his moment. But I think they might, I don't know. But this is Lamont Roach's moment to change the landscape of it. We need this from Lamont Roach. So I'm excited, Jay.
I feel you, bro. And listen, when you say we need this, because all those extra ultra sensitive Gervonta Davis fans, if you say one thing that sounds like you hating on him, look, I haven't talked to you about this, but here's what I take out of you saying we need this. Tank Davis ain't making the big fights happen. Lamont Roach will. It's bad for boxing to be a face of boxing. I'll give that to you guys. Everybody loves Tank. He sells out the arenas, all of that. Perfect. But my biggest problem with him is who he's constantly picking to be in front of him. So when you say we need this, I agree with you. I want to see Lamont Roach win, not because I think he's cooler than Tank or because I like his complexion better.
I do think he's cooler than Tank, though.
That's not why I'm saying it. Why I say we need this is for the health of the sport, dog. You know what I mean? How many times are you going to be at your job and somebody say, well, who's Tank fighting? And you have to explain to them who he's fighting because nobody knows who the hell he is. So I agree with you. Boxing needs Lamont
Well,
Roach
how
to
many times
win.
you gonna be at your job and people try to tell you, "Oh, Tank is the man."
Yeah, that
Nobody
too.
wants to fight him.
It's ridiculous, dog. So, yeah, I think right now, like you started on the show saying boxing's in a good place. There's a lot of potential right now to make big fights happen. It's kind of been the case, and just hopefully we see them, dog. But real quick before we change subject, you brought up Abdullah Mason. He's got what date is this? He's
June
got a
7th.
date June what?
June 7th.
Yeah, June 7th with
Keyshawn
Ojema
Davis and his three brothers.
and
And
Nakatila.
Troy, he fight out the BNB too. He on that card too, good fighter. So that's a stacked card.
It is, bro. I'm excited to see Abdullah step up because we seen his opponent, put up a decent fight against Shakur too. So it's gonna answer a lot of questions. So, good times at the 135 division. Salute to Shakur. Salute to William Zepeda. Can't wait for that fight to happen. I think it's gonna be very, very eye pleasing fight. But let's move on. Changing topics. Let's talk a Golden Boy card, and then we'll finish up with Clarissa and Amanda Serrano and all that. We got the return of the youngest undisputed champ in the history of the sport. Gabriela, Sweet Poison Fundora, one of the sweetest champions in the world, too, bro. I love Gabby. She's got her defense tonight against Marilyn Badillo. Marilyn Badillo, 19-0 on BoxRec, but you mentioned that they called her 19-4 at the presser.
I think that's what it said.
Yeah. Regardless, it's a defense. It's Fundora stepping up. It's not her playing around. She's staying active. Golden Boy keeping her active. I love these Fundora siblings. I like the little sister a little bit more though, bro. She's spicy. What are your thoughts? You excited to see Gabby back?
The sweet poison?
Sweet Poison, man. Sweet
look,
Poison. And that's a
I'm
perfect
excited
name
for
for her,
She
right?
is sweet.
It's
But
perfect
boy, she
name.
came over there and looked me, huh?
I said it's a perfect name for her, right? Because
No, it is.
she's sweet, but you get too close.
She is a beautiful person. Her and her brother and her father. But Sweet Poison came, looked at me and say, "Man, my brother, we got to go eat." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's right. When you were interviewing with Sebastian,
She like, we got to go. I'm like, okay, Miss Gabby, I'm sorry. You understand me? But no, JJ, it's phenomenal to see her back. But she's just so big over these girls, JJ. Like, if you can make the weight, you can make the weight, right?
That's what I've always said. I hate the word weight.
She's so big over these girls to where, like, Gabby, it's just like Sebastian's starting to be, right? I mean, that's just their genetics, right? And you can't knock them for their genetics. If they're able to do it, they're able to do it. But it's like, it's kind of not like fair.
It reminds me of the Shaq playing damn and posting
it's
the
not
Lakers
fair,
dominators.
Like, she looked like 8 inches taller than that girl. Like, it's not fair, bro. Like, if you can make the way, I'm not knocking her because that's just her bone structure. They're just skinny individuals, and when you see them in person, they're like that. But it's just, it's not fair. Like, and I'm not making no excuses because that's the way she is. She's able to make it comfortable. But if we throwing around weight bullies, like, I think Gabby is the biggest weight bully in boxing.
No, bro, because it's not just all advantage. Being that tall makes it hard to move. It makes you a little lankier and slower. So she does have some disadvantages, and her brother, by being. If it was all about that damn height, I would have picked Dowsum every time on Street Fighter with them long ass arms hitting you like that. But no, if you're playing Street Fighter against Dowsum long arms, you can figure out a way to get in there and get them, chop them down. So yeah, it's a huge advantage if they play it right. First off, Sebastian Fundora don't use his advantage. The dude insists on fighting inside, so that advantage goes out the window with Sebastian. Gabriela,
better and better. It's gonna be hard to beat Sebastian Fundora, bro.
It's just so awkward, bro. Like, how do you train? How do you prepare?
And like I said, they can make the weight, so I can't get mad at them for making the weight, but the maturation I'm seeing with them, it's going to be hard to beat them.
Yep.
And I think Gabrielle Fundora is great. She's the undisputed. But sweetheart, sweet poison. After this fight, you got nothing else to prove right there. It's time for you to move up because, like this, that she is the biggest weight bully in boxing. I love, and I'm saying this with all due respect. She got nothing else to prove at that weight class, JJ. It's time to move up.
I'm with it. I'm with it. If she can, and she's still young enough, and she's gonna naturally
It's
move
not
up.
JJ. That's like mass murder. She is beating these girls up.
Bro, I remember when I first saw her, though, I thought she was just Sebastian's sister. Like, oh, that's cool. She boxes too. She is just as dominant as her brother, if not even more.
She
beating
more
it.
dominant,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, she is a force,
I'm
bro.
saying that respectful though, JJ. It's
No,
time
yeah, I
for her
think
to
that.
move up.
Yeah, it's about time, bro. And she, like you said, her whole future's in front of her. I don't ever get the vibe that they're gonna do the less challenging shit. You know what I mean? She wants to prove herself. She's spicy, man. She's sweet poison. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be action packed. Somebody's O has to go tonight, or if it's a 4, like you heard yesterday. But we'll see how it goes. Hey man, but let's hit that co-main event though. Probably one of the most avoided, least talked about, least discussed, undefeated fighters at 154. Charles Conwell, 21-0, 18 knockouts. Coming out to fight. Who's he up? Jorge, who's it? Yeah, Jorge Garcia, who's 32-4 in his own right with 26 knockouts. Big step up in competition for Conwell. Conwell's going to be on the undercard where a lot of eyeballs are going to be on because of Fundora. This is his opportunity to start getting the attention of the rest of the division. Corey, what are your thoughts about Conwell?
I love Charles Conwell.
Yeah.
Oh, Ohio native, bro. Like that dude is the absolute truth, JJ. I'm talking about TRUF truth. The only thing Charles Conwell has to do is keep doing what he's doing. But that Garcia guy he got in front of him is a matchup tonight. Now, if Charles Conwell is able to pass this test with flying colors, it's no more denying that this guy is ready. I'm talking about it's no more denying that he is ready to, jump up and take on the top of the top or even get a championship belt. But Charles Conwell is one of them guys who is people is not looking at right now. But how he's been fighting, he's making the people to come back. This fight will make everybody pay attention to it.
We'll see. What are you laughing at?
You.
Why? Cause my lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, my little light just went out up in front of me. So
we can still see you, bro.
I know, but still, I feel like I'm like hiding in my own house or something. So I'm gonna play a quick 40-second commercial and then and then we'll be right back. Hold up real quick.
Step into the ring of success with Dynamite CRM, the heavyweight champion of CRM software and website development. Jab through clutter data and deliver knockout blows to your competition. With Dynamite CRM in your corner, victory is guaranteed.
Dynamite CRM, you understand me? Dynamite, you understand me? Shout out to them at Dynamite. JJ, tell them what we got coming with Dynamite CRM.
Oh yeah, and I just talked to Justin yesterday, the owner out at
Shout out to my guy Justin. He represents that 402, you understand me?
Bro.
Omaha, Nebraska. The same guy, it's my guy, and I love him to death, but he's a little delusional when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford. He think Terrence Bud Crawford is going to stop Canelo Alvarez, but hey, that's all here and there. This is our guy,
no, you know what's crazy about Justin? He's right around the corner right now. He's in DFW. He's here in Mansfield at a basketball tournament with his son. He hit me up.
Real?
Yeah, I hit him up yesterday telling him we still got some more stuff to get to him for the website. And he's like, bro, where do you live? And I told him, he asked where we live. He's like, damn, I'm right around the corner from you right now. And I was going to plan on meeting up with him today, but I'm under the weather now. I don't want to get him sick, especially if you're going to be traveling. But anyway, yeah, y'all hit up, y'all check out Dynamite CRM if y'all just need anything from as simple as a website all the way on to a full-blown CRM. We got some cool stuff coming, a cool hotline for y'all to call into and all that good stuff, partnering up with those guys. So y'all give them y'all check them out. But yeah, on the Charles Conwell note, Yeah, bro, it's a loaded division. He's undefeated. He keeps doing what he has to do. And it's kind of starting to see like he's one of those guys that they don't talk about that none of the big dogs are talking about. But um, I I've liked everything I've seen from Conwell. Is he there yet to be able to compete with the Virgils or let's say Boots moves up and that sort of deal? It's the jury's still out for me on that. But I think tonight, seeing him against a seasoned veteran, now that Garcia dude he fought hasn't really fought anybody of note, but that's still a lot of experience. That's still a lot of knockouts. So I think tonight, if Conwell could put together a good performance, it should be fun, man. It should be good future, right? He's in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of names at that division that still need to prove themselves. So he's right there in the mix of things. And then go ahead, yeah. And then to close things out, or for our coverage of Golden Boy, is we got Dallas's own Tristan Kalkruth on the card. I know you've seen Tristan come up, man. What were your thoughts on his career thus far, trajectory, and all that?
I'm real excited about Tristan, man. Just to see the come up of him and his pops staying focused at the goal at hand, bro. He's one of the ones out of Dallas, Texas, out of all of the fighters, right, who I seen on the come up. He's manifested it and he's on the big stage. He deserves a lot of credit, for his hard work and, and dedication to get here, right? Because he was always one of the top fighters here in the city, got into the pros, hiccup, seeing that he still needed some work, and then just to see the maturation of seeing him get better and better and starting to be on the top level at still such a young age, and to see it come to fruition. I'm excited about Tristan Kalkruth, man. I'm so happy for him, bro. To see him out of all of these guys, block out all of the noise and still stay true to himself, and to see him on a grand stage like this.
Facts, bro. The dude he's fighting, Felix Valera, 24-7 with 21 knockouts. So yeah, that 7 stands out, but only 3 of his wins have gone the distance. The other 21 wins were all finishes. So another good test for Tristan. Golden Boy moving him slowly and patiently, so letting him get his work in. So he's still young. So salute. Good luck to Tristan Kalkruth and the whole team out there, man, representing the DFW. That's all tonight, 7:00 Central on the Zone. Y'all be sure to tune in. It's a free fight, a free card. Nobody need to pay no money.
So this shit come on at 6:00 Dallas time?
No, 7 Central, 8:00 Dallas, or 8:00 Eastern. Yeah, and then so y'all check it out. All right, Corey, we're gonna close things out with a little uncomfortable. Well, not it's a little bit uncomfortable because of the back and forth, and everything these days is you hurt my feelings, and that's racist and all that. I don't want to spend too much time on that part of it, but I do want to get your thoughts because we do have a responsibility to talk to the people and all that sort of deal. But we have Clarissa Shields and Amanda Serrano obviously leading the way. I don't think Serrano ever intended for it to be so negative. And then Jake Paul recently just signed so many women for their massive July all-women card, headlined by Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, the third fight. But there have been a lot of back and forth, man. And so I guess I'll throw this up. Our boy Ring IQ made a headline. And there we have it. It's Clarissa Shields, and Ring IQ does all kinds of edits. He's done Teofimo in a dress. He's done Oscar De La Hoya looking like a big buck-toothed British dude. Like, he's done all kinds of stuff. And, if you ask 100 boxing fans, is Clarissa Shields a big mouth? I mean, what do you think that survey would look like, Corey?
I think it'll be 100%.
100 yeses?
Yeah.
So Ring IQ put together this piece. I don't need MVP promotion.
But she got the right to talk like she talked, though.
Sure, she's earned it. She's earned every bit of it.
But it's a but though, too. But we'll get to that though.
Yeah, we'll get to it. And then I'm gonna just throw up this piece. You had Alicia Baumgartner let me take this banner off real quick so you could just see her response. Alicia responds with picture cute. And Amanda Serrano also had something to talk about. She said, sincerely, we're not looking to disrespect anyone. As a team, we're doing huge things. We wish Clarissa and anyone else that's not part of MVP the best. Making a fight offer isn't us disrespecting her in any way. We want her to be part of the biggest and best events. I'm sad my time in the ring is almost over, but I promise I'll do everything and anything to assist our girls in becoming the wealthiest in the sport. We take nothing personal. We are professionals. But then she comes back with, Clarissa, you're one of the best, and I'll always admire what you've accomplished. But over the past 3 years, you've consistently made disrespectful comments about my company, my promoter, my compliment, and the people I care about. She goes on to say it's time to recognize it and move forward. Basically, sounds like she's done with
Put
trying.
the first quote again, JJ.
The first tweet I put up.
Yeah, I ain't never see that one.
She's not looking to disrespect. This was her sharing Ring IQ's this one. So she shared that, and that's what she was saying. We're not looking to disrespect anybody. And Clarissa wasn't the first to call it racist. I think
who she saying we offer her a fight? Bomb Gunner? The Bomb Gunner?
No, she's talking about Clarissa saying, we want you to be part of the MVP type deal. And Clarissa saying, I don't need y'all, blah, blah, blah. I've been making millions on my own. And there's a lot of evidence that shows that Clarissa hasn't been making millions besides the Savannah Marshall fight. Because I remember a few years ago when she was saying something like, Showtime's only paying me $150,000 now instead of $250 or something like that. And then you look at all these other fights where I say this respectfully, it's just a fact, like the arena missing a lot of seats and stuff like that. It just made me wonder, is she really making $1 million fights? Now, I know she made a lot of money from her movie and some endorsements and stuff like that, but for the fights themselves, I don't know, dog. I don't know if Salita and them are paying her millions. She says she is, and I don't care. I don't care. I want to get into this discussion back and forth because we're talking about greatness, Serrano and Clarissa Shields, and we're talking about two completely different type of personalities. I hate to see the beef go back and forth, but I don't know, man. Like, where do you put the blame? I mean, I don't see Amanda Serrano poking at her. I don't get it, dog. I don't get it. Why can't they just why can't Clarissa just be friendly with them?
Now I get it, and I'll address, how Clarissa is in a minute. But Amanda Serrano need to understand that Jake Paul throw shots at Clarissa too. Right? So saying I'm tired of you disrespecting my company, well, tell your company to stop disrespecting her too. They doing it against each other. So, and then the Alicia Baumgartner, don't try to take her for somebody who been throwing shots at Clarissa too and trying to make demands, and the president talking about, if Clarissa wants this fight with Baumgartner, so cut it out. And talking about Clarissa need to stop taking shots at them when they've been taking shots at her too, Amanda Serrano, right? But I will give Amanda Serrano the benefit of the doubt. She has been all class. Right? She has been all class and not been taking no shots at Clarissa Shields, right? The only person who I see her really take shots at is Katie Taylor. Right?
Yeah, now it's starting to happen.
So that's it. That's all. And I think it do become, and I'll be like this, I think it's jealousy on each side, right? I think Amanda Serrano a little jealous. I think Clarissa a little jealous, right? Because this the thing right here, even though Amanda Serrano done went, 7 or 8 divisions? Her biggest fight, not one time, but 2 times, she lost, right? And I thought she lost both fights, right? I truly do.
Me too.
She lost both fights. So, and then Clarissa coming out, speaking on it, I guess it hurt a little bit to Amanda Serrano when Clarissa say something about it. But Clarissa don't be the only one talking about you losing to Katie Taylor. Everybody else talked about you losing to Katie Taylor as well. That's the truth. 2 times, not 1 but 2. Now, I think Clarissa Shields is a little jealous because Clarissa Shields, even though, like I told her, she was the golden key to make women boxing elevate, which is true, right? That's true. You can talk about Amanda Serrano and everybody else. They didn't make nothing happen. When Clarissa came around, that's when everything started booming, right? So I give Clarissa all the respect on that. But what I got a problem with Clarissa is, yeah, Clarissa, you are the most dominant champion. You are the best. But Clarissa, it's other women fighters here too. They deserve their credit too. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. I'm not gonna say Alicia Baumgartner because I don't too much care for Alicia because of her antics and her failing a drug test and stuff like that. But everybody deserves a second chance. That's not gonna make me judge her differently in a boxing ring, right? But it's other women who done did they just do, like Layla Ali. Okay, Clarissa, you can't. Okay, you got to let other women have their place because if it wasn't for what's the
Christy
her
Martin.
Christy Martin, if it wasn't for Christy Martin and Wolf and everybody else who came before you, then the sport wouldn't been able to grow. Yeah, you came around and doubled up the sport, right? But you need all these other ladies in the sport too. The beautiful girl who just beat the hell out the girl from across
Michaela
the pond.
Mayer.
Who?
Michaela Mayer.
Mayer. You need all of them. They all deserve their respect too. It's okay for you to say you the best. I got no problem with that. But I feel like that you think that you should just be the only one who's recognized, and that's not true. But I do feel like the other women need to put respect on Clarissa's name and what she did and how she helped elevate the sport. Because if Clarissa Baumgartner, you wouldn't have been able to be nobody if Clarissa Shields wouldn't have been able to do this. Amanda Serrano, you wouldn't be soaring right now if Clarissa wouldn't came on the scene and people started to do this and that. So when they saying that, when Amanda Serrano, I got a problem with her saying, "Oh, I'm tired of you talking about my promotional people and the people I like." Well, be tired of your promotional people talking about her too, as well. Right? And
No,
like I said, I got a problem with Clarissa Shields thinking that she's the only one. And then I also got a problem with, Alicia Baumgartner, talking about picture cute. You trying to be funny and stuff. Like Alicia Baumgartner, I remember when I seen you in Dallas, Texas, right? I really remember when I seen you. You want to talk about picture cute? I wish in real life I would have took my phone out and took a picture of you so everybody around the world could see how all the acne was popping off your face, and you want to joke about somebody and say picture's cute. But that's my thoughts on that, Jay.
IOTBA had a little bit to serve to all of them. You had some sprinkles of sweet, and then you punch them in the mouth. No, I feel you, man. I think that these girls need to realize, and I ain't choosing sides. I'm just telling you based on what I read.
And real quick, JJ,
Go ahead.
and that's another thing, and respectfully, because women, they're women, and women is just so highly emotional, and we all have to take that in the aspect too. But women, if you want the same rights as a man do, you have to accept the same criticism at it. Like I don't like to hear say, they just hating on me and we do this and do that. No, 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 no. Understand you're women, but if you want the same rights and what's going on, you got to be able to take this criticism because it comes with it.
Oh yeah, but the dudes can't take criticism for shit either. But
That's true.
anyway, but what I was gonna say is like, I wish Clarissa would realize that I'm not saying she needs Serrano or MVP or J. Paul. Obviously, she don't need them. She's making plenty of money, but why not make more? I think it's possible. Can you imagine if they added Clarissa Shields to that card? They can instantly double ticket prices. They can instantly add $20 to the pay-per-view. They can instantly do all of that.
Who will be the main event, JJ?
Well, I know MVP will put.
I'm asking you, who will be the main event?
If I'm running the show, I'm gonna say, Serrano, I'm sorry, but Clarissa's a big person. No, you're not hearing me. Yeah, Clarissa's a 2-time gold medalist. Clarissa is undefeated. Clarissa, you have to put her, like, if you have a heavyweight champion, you have to put the heavyweight champion as the main event. And Clarissa Shields being undefeated, doing it all independently for so long on her own, you have to say, hey, look, we finally landed the big fish. She has to be the main event. If they put Clarissa Shields as a main event, just like I'm saying, Clarissa, you need to understand that working with these girls, you can make more money. Well, Amanda, I know that you feel like you're Jake Paul's princess and you're the first lady of MVP, but you need to realize you'll make more money if you have Clarissa Shields headlining. And that's the point I was going to make. I wish these women would realize that coming together, they would be a super force where we have no choice but to buy these pay-per-views. You know what I mean? So I hate to see all the back and forth, bitching and moaning, bickering. I'll tell you what, though, the dudes set the precedents. The dudes set the example. All their back and forth. At least the women fight each other. But yeah, man, I hate to see this Clarissa Shields thing. I feel like I'm gonna get a little bit deep. I feel like Clarissa Shields, her whole life has only known survival. She only has known survival. So when it comes to sharing the spotlight, I don't think she's greedy or selfish. I just think internally, she works so hard to get what's hers. She don't want to lose it now. It's mine, 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 mine. Okay, here's a little bit of shine for some of the ladies, but this is mainly mine. And I feel like that's what Clarissa's problem is. It's not that she's a bad person or mean person. That's just how she came up. And then I think people bully her, dog, from appearance to they know she got a short fuse. Like, they know it just takes a couple of words to poke at her. So I think Clarissa always getting bullied too. And the people who bully her, they know what they're doing. And they try to make it seem like they're not bullying her, but they know what they're doing. So I feel bad for Clarissa because it seems like she's on an island all by herself, bro. And she works so damn hard. But at the same time, just show some love, man. Show some love. It's okay. You don't have to say, great job, but I'm still the best. Just say, great job. You know what I mean? Like, she always has something to where it looks like she's hiding the full compliment.
Yeah, but, I get that, Jay, but it's like she do show love to women who she show love with. Bomb going to start coming out saying this and that, but it's like, I just don't like the fact that a lot of people throw shots at Clarissa. She's in the headlines every day. And that's one thing that a lot of these women is jealous about. And I'm with it. Clarissa needs to let other ladies shine too. But these other ladies do hate on her.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Clarissa do hate on them too. Because like you say, it's mine. Mm-hmm. I'm the one, mine. It's me. And I get it, right? Because so she is hating on them too, but all of them be hating on her too. Because there's nobody else in women boxing who getting this type of spotlight on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. Like, I understand when Serrano fight, she get a spotlight, but Serrano ain't the person who we see, or even Alicia Baumgartner. None of these girls, right? So I get it. So it's like they hating on each other, but Clarissa Shields get a hate from a lot of other girls. Clarissa Shields show Makai Mailer love. She show these girls love. It's just some fighters she don't, right? And, she don't like Jake Paul. We don't know and even though I say Serrano done showed all class, right? Serrano, Jake Paul, your manager, he's giving you your biggest check. We don't know how much and I say this respectfully, ass kissing you're doing, or talking with him behind the scenes of him and his problem, with him and Clarissa Shields and egging him on, and y'all having y'all kumbaya just because Clarissa come out and said, and so we know how the game goes, JJ. You know, now she come out and say this and that. Pump the brakes, Amanda Serrano. Just like we telling Clarissa Shields to pump the brakes. And Bomb Gunner, you don't even got nothing to do with it. Right? You just need to get back in the ring and fight.
I'm a little bit, look, I'm hard. We're both hard on PED people, right? We're real hard. And but she served her time.
She deserved a second chance.
Yeah, she served her time. I think she's done a lot of soul searching too. Like, again, I'm not here to say she did on purpose or not. Her father passed away about a year ago. And I think Alicia's in a different place. And I want to see, I want to see all of them do well. But Baumgartner, for me, out of all of them, I want to see her get her redemption to the people like us. I want to see her get that redemption to the people who were hard on her. So I hope to see a Baumgartner coming back out, a return of Baumgartner, defending them straps, hopefully one day a rematch with Mayer or something. But salute to the ladies, man. I hate to see all this fighting back and forth, and it's so unnecessary, bro. Because this ain't.
I love it.
I know you do. That's why you.
I love it because you know what? It keeps it circulating. They need to be at war, but I'm with you. I do agree with you that it would be huge if they work together. Like Jake Paul, come on, dog. You got the money. Like is you gonna let your ego get in the way? Come on, bro.
Jake Paul needs to choose, though, bro. You think about it.
Not choose. He needs to have a conversation.
He knows
with Clarissa.
No, I know, but what do you think Amanda's gonna do at that point?
No, listen.
You think Amanda will be okay with sharing her Jake Paul with Clarissa? You think so? I don't think so. I think Amanda.
Look, I think Jake Paul needs to be the bigger person, though. If we're gonna think about it, he got all the money in the world. Him having Clarissa would be bigger for him, right, than Clarissa having him, because Clarissa is able to do her thing by herself. But if he bring Clarissa on his card, like, just think if it's him and her on the card together.
Oh, I thought you meant him versus her.
No, on the card together. Like,
oh, yeah.
Bro, that would be huge. So if I'm going to put the blame on somebody, I'm not mad at them for going back and forth. I don't look at that because you're a man or you're a woman and you can't go back and forth. It's all fair game. You say something about me, I can say something about you. I'm not with that, oh, she's a woman, don't say nothing to her, oh, he's a man. No. It's okay to have friendly back and forth. But I think Jake Paul needs to have a conversation with her because he is the man, right? And it's us men need to sometimes put our ego to the side, right? And he could have a conversation, set it up where it's just him and her in a room. And because JJ, I'm telling you, they probably don't think they like each other, right? But I promise you, they probably get in a room with each other, JJ, talk and hang out there, see, they're similar.
Yeah, that's the case for everybody, bro. Stay the hell off the internet and meet in person, and you find, this sound corny as hell, but you'll find something that you like about that person. Like and then we can work together. But you know who makes it all worse too, bro? Ignorant ass fans, bro. Ignorant ass fans draw the line in the sand, and it's like, God, dog, what we even talking about, man? But anyway, before we roll out, because we hitting the hour mark, and I'm starting to feel like I need some more medicine. But since we are talking about him, let's give it a little bit of spotlight. I don't particularly care for the damn fight. I put on Twitter yesterday, I respect so much what Jake Paul is doing for the ladies, but I could not possibly care less what he does in the ring. We saw yesterday he signed a fight, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., son of El Gran Campeón Mexicano, former middleweight champ. Hell, did he make champion super? I don't know. His belts were never real to me. Hey, so what's he, 38, 39, Chavez? What are your thoughts, bro? Jake Paul, Chavez Jr.
I think this is going to be a hard fight for Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I don't know who's going to win, But I think this really gonna be a hard fight for Jake Paul. Little Jake Paul, you've been training, but in your actual loss, we seen you lose to a freaking novice. One of the Fury, bro, Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury.
We seen you lose to a novice right now. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. may have started late, but the what they call it, the prestige and
The
what they
pedigree.
call it, the
Pedigree.
bloodline, and
Yeah.
him actually going through it and him making it to that level. Even though Canelo beat the shiznix out of him, he was actually in that ring with Canelo. He actually became a champ. Yeah, he been off. I don't know how Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. been living because, you know, he's still so privileged, right? Because that's the son of, you know, the man. But I don't know. I would favor Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Now, let me tell you my thoughts on Chavez Jr., the most embarrassing boxer in the past 15, 20 years. Listen, he embarrassed all of us, the entire sport of boxing. You know, we got our MMA brothers. You know, I know you love the UFC a lot. I have some love for UFC too. I started as a pup watching that shit. But we know there's a war. There's an invisible line between the boxing guys and the UFC guys. And we had Anderson Silva come into a boxing ring and make Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. look like a complete fool in there on Father's Day in Mexico in front of his dad. He's embarrassed the sport. He embarrassed his country. He embarrassed his father. And look, I've been hoping Jake Paul gets his ass beat by one of these fighters, but I want Jake Paul to do away with Chavez once and for good, bro, because he's done nothing but humiliate his family and the sport. And listen, Jake Paul's an asshole because he's gonna try to sell this as, look, I'm fighting a real fighter. Chavez is old, bro. He's almost 40 years old. He was barely a real fighter when he was a real fighter. Man, I don't know.
But Anderson Silva was really good with his hands, though.
Bro, he can't box. Anderson Silva ain't a boxer. You see how awkward he is in there?
Yeah, but yeah, you're right, though. I mean, I'm just saying, though, like, this is better than, like, the usual.
I guess it's better than Mike Tyson. I mean, you got a point. You got a point.
And I mean, listen, this is a smart dude, JJ. He's smart. I wish the fight was in Mexico, you know.
Oh my, yeah, no shit. Listen, and don't get it twisted. I was talking to my barber this week. Jake Paul is probably the best boxer in the history of the sport that started that late. You hear what I'm saying? He started late. And I will always respect Jake Paul for putting in the work. I've said this 100 times. That dude can make millions doing whatever he wants. He chooses to go through fight camps and the workouts and the sparring and getting punched in your face for preparation. All of that I respect. But you can't keep calling yourself like this name when you're fighting has-beens and grandfathers and cokeheads. And so, like, again, Jake Paul, like, all right, you're going to pull on an event. It's going to be cool, whatever. Cedric Ramirez is on the undercard, so that'll be cool. But
he fighting Canelo in this 4-fight deal. This setting that up.
What, Jake?
This setting that up right here.
Jake ain't gonna work with the Saudis, bro.
You don't think so?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, my boy. But man, I'm feeling a little weary right now, my dog.
Yeah, man. You know, I woke up with a headache this morning being that all like that.
Listen to us, old ass men. Finally get to go out in town and we gonna wake up sick.
Great show though, cuz.
Great show. Look forward to the fight tonight. Y'all tune in. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Y'all tune in. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. And Corey, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Enjoy Easter, dog. And enjoy 420 and celebrating Easter, my boy.
Yeah, happy Easter to everybody too. And like he said, salute to everybody on here from the 214 across the pond. Make sure y'all don't just hit that like button, punch that mother, shut your mouth. Make sure y'all don't just hit the subscribe button, punch that mother, shut your mouth. And we hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day and a great weekend. And 420 salute.
This is JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. IOTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. the Spit Bucket Podcast.